Jäätä, joulupukki tuli. Nyt on jäätä.
Hello everybody, I hope you're having a great day, and in today's video I'll be going over a perk system which was introduced to Apex Mobile. And of course I believe there is a connection between this perk system and the main Apex game. I'll be going over that very soon, but first let me introduce what this perk system actually is. So this footage is coming from the gaming merchant. Of course all credit and links to him are in the description below. And basically what this perk system is that the more you play Apex Mobile, the more perks you can slowly unlock. And one of the perks he mentioned that I thought was really interesting was one where when equipped, if you do a finisher, it levels up your Evo shield by 100 points. Now I know what some of you are thinking, why is this even important, because it's basically never going to be introduced to the main game. While a perk system is incredibly useful for increasing player retention and increasing the amount of time a player spends on the game, it is almost impossible to balance, and on the main Apex game it's basically never going to work. However, I still believe that this perk system will be affecting the main game at some point, and here's why. We know that in the past, Respawn loved to test out new things by introducing them as LTMs. For example, the Evo shields we have now used to be an LTM that was only available for a limited amount of time, and after doing that testing for a few weeks, they've realized that this is a good mechanic to bring over to the main game, and so now we all have Evo shields. I believe the same thing is happening here once again, except instead of bringing it to an LTM, they're bringing it to Apex Mobile. We already have two other things that I'm going to cover right now. First of all is the Team Deathmatch mode. The beta version is already released on mobile, and I believe they're testing it over there so that they could eventually introduce it to the PC version. Now for some of you that are wondering whether or not it'll actually come to the main game, Thornton Smash had an interview not long ago with an EA employee, and based on that interview I believe it's safe to say that TDM and a whole bunch of other game modes should eventually be coming to the main Apex game. If you want to see the interview, I'll link that in the description as well. Now moving on to the second thing, Apex Mobile also has infinite ammo in the firing range, and Josh Medina, a Respawn dev, replied, I believe he's implying that this will eventually be coming to the main Apex game. Once again, they're testing something out in mobile and bringing it over to Apex once it is fully fleshed out. So now finally we have this perk system. Now I highly doubt they'll ever bring a perk system to the main game, but I do believe they're testing these perks out for a reason. I believe that some of these perks, for example the one which levels up your Evo shield by 100 when you do a finisher, might be balancing changes that they might move over to the main game at some point in the future. These perks only give you small and minor adjustments, and I believe they're testing it out on mobile to see whether or not it'll work with the player base. Of course the PC version and the mobile version are extremely different in both playstyles and skill level, so if they do eventually carry over any of these perks, they're still gonna need to do some tweaking, but I believe this is a much better way to introduce new changes compared to just straight up putting it in the main game and seeing how the player base reacts. We've seen something like this happen before, where our shield health was cut down by 25 permanently, and most people absolutely hated it. If they are to do something big like that once again, they're definitely gonna be doing it in mobile first and then introducing it to the main game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments below if you have any cool perk ideas that you think would be useful if they were added into the main Apex game. Alright, enough talk from me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.